We Carry On by Billy Aken-tyers. Episode 1, A First. In a small room in South London, Lily and Johnny are in bed together. Lily reaches to the side table next to the bed. She pulls out of the drawer a cigarette. She lights it and begins to smoke.
Well, you've been quiet for a long time. I'm beginning to think it wasn't very good.
I don't think I can talk. Not yet.
Well, let's start with your name. I'm sure all the other stuff will fall into place as we go.
You sound different. Not how I expected. I didn't think ladies like you sounded so nice.
Thank you, I guess.
Johnny. My name is Johnny.
Johnny. Very wholesome. And where does Johnny hail from?
Poughkeepsie. Upstate New York.
Well, aren't you a long way from home?
Yeah.
Would you like a cigarette, Johnny from Poughkeepsie?
Yes, please, miss.
She leans over to the bedside table and grabs a cigarette and a lighter. She puts one in his mouth and lights it.
You didn't tell me your name.
I don't give my name to people I don't know.
Ask me a question, then. I don't want you to think of me as a stranger.
Okay. What is Poughkeepsie like?
Well, it's nice. I guess. Small. Strange. Lots of old buildings. Not as old as England, of course. You have tons of old buildings. And it's quiet.
Very nice.
I'd never traveled before I came here. Anywhere. I'd never left my town. The world is big.
He nuzzles up to her and rests his head on her chest.
I think you might be the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Had you ever met an American before you met me?
Well, look at you. A few minutes ago, I couldn't get a word out of you.
I know. I'm bursting suddenly. You didn't answer my question.
Darling, it's 1943. London's practically swimming in Yanks.
Do you have anyone in the war?
Everyone has someone in the war.
Anyone special, I mean?
My fiancé. He was in the war. He died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We carry on.
What was his name?
Edward.
Did he think you were the most beautiful woman in the world?
I should bloody well hope so.
Good.
Do you have a sweetheart? Someone waiting for you in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah. I guess. Anne is her name. We're gonna get married when I get home. I haven't heard from her in a while, and I'm starting to think, well, maybe she's moved on.
Now, why would she do a thing like that? With such a strong, handsome young man like you, eh?
She kisses him, long and slow.
I've never made love to a woman before.
I guessed as much.
Really? Was I bad? Was it bad?
It was perfectly fine.
I was saving myself for Anne, for when Anne and I get married, but then I started to think about not making it home. What if I don't make it back, you know? Last week, a nightclub in Hoxton blew up. Tore the front off the pool hall. They sent us in to help with the clear up. Bodies everywhere. Young people. Soldiers off duty that I knew. I don't want to die in a land I don't know. I don't want to die without ever knowing.
She stops his mouth with a kiss.
Don't think about it. Now you know.
You're kind.
We have to be. Kindness is all we have these days.
My girl isn't, well, I don't think she is what people would call kind.
Then why are you marrying her?
She's all I knew.
Do you love her?
You know, 2 days ago, me and some of the boys went dancing. They all paired off straight away, and I stood by the bar watching. I was standing there as these guys spun their partners around, the girls giggling and laughing as the soldiers threw them up into the air, and I thought, I don't think Anne will ever think that I'm funny, or smart, or charming. I'll never sweep Anne off her feet. I'll never make her sparkle like that. You know what I mean? The way a gal's face lights up when she's in love. It's like she's sparking like a firecracker. You did it just now when you said Edward's name. I wasn't gonna dance that night. I had my mind made up, but then I saw this girl talking to her friends in the corner, this little redheaded thing with a smile like the angels. I thought, oh, in that moment, if I didn't dance with that girl, I would die. So, I walked on over to her, tapped her on the shoulder, and said, "Excuse me, miss, do you know how to foxtrot?"
What did she say?
"No, but I'll let you teach me."
Brilliant. And?
I couldn't tell you much else. It was a blur. It didn't last very long. We caught the end of the band. I swear. I could have danced in the silence. Wouldn't have known.
You know what I think? I think you should go back to that dance hall tonight and ask your little redhead for another dance.
I can't.
You must. Life is for living, Johnny.
But what about Anne?
Fuck Anne. Do what makes you happy.
Tell me about Edward.
I'd rather not.
Oh, please. I want to know.
Well, he was good, attentive, funny. He was my person.
How did he die?
Dunkirk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
I don't think I've ever spoken to a stranger like this before. Anyone, really.
I've quite enjoyed myself.
Really?
Really. My name is Lily, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Lily.
I wonder, Johnny from Poughkeepsie, if you feel ready for a second round?
Oh, I can't. I spent my last week's wage on you the first time around.
Oh, let's call the first round target practice.
We Carry On by Billy Aken-tyers is produced by Silk Street Productions. Episode 1, A First, starring Jim Lawrenson as Johnny and Eliza Shea as Lily. Narration by Kayla Ryan Walsh. Directed by Simone Daniel. Music composed and performed by Stephen Murphy, featuring Jesse Morvan on the trumpet. Sound edited and mixed by Grant Chamberlin. Artwork created by Luke Antony Neville.